Whew. Well, guys, unfortunately, we just got some breaking news regarding the Disney Adventure at, 11 p.m. tonight on the Eastern Coast. It's delayed. The Disney Adventure Maiden Voyage has been delayed and pushed back by a lot. And I'm starting to get Vietnam War flashbacks to the Disney Wish and that Maiden Voyage getting pushed back and delayed. But this is arguably significantly worse than what the Disney Wish had to deal with, because when the Disney Wish got delayed, it was only delayed by a month or so that wasn't that big of a deal. But let's go ahead and get into the details of what we know so far regarding the adventure. So a little bit of background on the Disney Adventure. This ship wasn't originally built by Disney. This was a ship that was mostly constructed by a company called Global Dream, I think it was. And this was an Asian company that was constructing their own megaship that unfortunately went under. And this megaship that was, for the most part, built on the outside was either going to get scrapped or get sold off. And Disney swooped in and said, hey, we'll take it, we will retrofit it, and we will turn it into our own mega ship. So that's where the Disney Adventure came from. That's why it looks so different. That's why it is completely different than anything we've ever seen with Disney Cruise Line before. It's something brand spanking new for them. And I gotta say, with this news, I'm not surprised. This was something that was always a thought in the back of my mind, even after Disney first announced it, even after we got our initial Maiden Voyage date. I always had the sneaking suspicion in the back of my mind that something was going to go wrong, because it's something brand new for Disney. This ship wasn't built by them, so Disney's having to come in and do their best with what they were given. And I commend them for it. And when this ship actually does sail, it's going to be something awesome, and I can't wait to see it for myself. But this is a significant delay. So the Adventure was originally supposed to set sail on December 15th of 2025, and we were booked on that Maiden Voyage. I let you guys know as soon as we booked it that we were on the Maiden Voyage. We were going to be doing a back-to-back cruise because the Maiden Voyage was originally a 3-night cruise. The one after that was a 4-night cruise, and we were extremely excited about heading over to Singapore and doing a big Asia trip. It was going to be a huge thing. And now the Maiden Voyage for the Disney Adventure is going to be March 10th of 2026. That is what, an almost 3-month delay? That is nuts. So let's go ahead and get into some specifics. So Joe Schott, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, president of Disney Signature Experiences, had this to say regarding the delay. Quote, as we work on the final touches to bring the Disney Adventure to our guests, we've encountered unexpected delays in the shipbuilding process. To ensure the experience we deliver reflects our commitment to excellence, we've made the decision to adjust our timeline. We know this may be disappointing to our guests, and we will be working directly with them to offer flexible rebooking options and uphold the trust they place in us. So that's the only thing that we've heard official from Disney regarding this. We don't know exactly what caused the delay. We don't know if this was a sudden thing or if this was something that was building for a while, but we just know that as of last week, the Disney Adventure had started doing their sea trials. It left the shipyard where it was being constructed in Germany or Finland. Either way, somewhere in Europe, and it started doing its sea trials. And it was just going around being put through the paces and being tested in a bunch of different ways out on the water, and something major happened. So not too long ago, I actually got an email from my travel agent. So we were booked on the Maiden Voyage, and we were also booked on the second cruise. And I never mentioned this, I wasn't going to mention it, but we were also booked on the third. So we were going to do a back-to-back-to-back on the Disney Adventure, because it was going to be a 3-night, a 4-night, and a 5-night. And I told myself, if I'm going to fly out to Singapore, I'm going to make it worth it for us to go over there. You know, I want us to actually spend a lot of time out there. So we were going to spend, I think, 11 nights on the Adventure, 11 or 12 nights. Either way, it was going to be a long time. So this is what we got. The email starts with, Dear Travel Agent, we know many guests and travel advisors, including you, have been eagerly anticipating the debut of the Disney Adventure. This ship represents a bold new chapter for Disney Cruise Line as we transform a partially built vessel into a fully reimagined Disney experience at sea. As we bring this vision to life, we've encountered unexpected delays in the shipbuilding process. To ensure every detail meets the high standards your clients expect from Disney, we've made the difficult decision to postpone the Disney Adventure's Maiden Voyage to March 10th of 2026. We regret that this change will affect your client's upcoming sailing. We understand how disappointing this news may be for your clients, and we sincerely apologize for the impact on their vacation plans. Now, before we say anything, I know some of you guys are probably like, oh my god, you probably booked your hotels, you probably booked your flights out there, how screwed are you? So funnily enough, not only did I have the sneaking suspicion that a delay was going to happen, so we were already holding off on booking our flights until maybe 2 months or so prior, but a couple of months ago I had been told by a couple of sources that the ship might be delayed and to be prepared for a delay. I didn't want to believe them at first, and I didn't want to say anything about it because I didn't want to raise any panic or suspicion within the community, because I know a lot of Disney Cruise Line travelers watch my videos and come to my channel for information, and I didn't want to put out anything that was going to be possibly false. So I kept that to myself, understandably, and I just held off on booking anything. So thankfully we didn't have any flights booked, we didn't have any hotels booked or anything. We just kind of had a mental plan of what we were going to do for this big trip. So how does this delay impact us, and what kind of compensation are we going to be getting? Because once I heard that a delay was going to be a thing, again, I started looking back on what happened with the Disney Wish, where we were on one of the inaugural sailings. It wasn't the Maiden Voyage, but we were on one of the few sailings that actually got affected by the delay. And we got 50% off cruise credit and a full refund on our sailing. And I don't recall if we got like a 50% off credit on like our next booking. I don't know if that worked, but for those guests on the Maiden Voyage, they got that Maiden Voyage at half credit, and we're getting something similar here. For clients that were booked on the original Maiden Voyage, we would like to offer them the opportunity to sail on the new Maiden Voyage scheduled for March 10th of 2026 at a 50% discount of their voyage fare. No action is necessary on your part if your clients are able to join us on this new sailing date. We will automatically shift their reservation to the new Maiden Voyage, and you can expect to receive a confirmation with their updated statements, reflecting their reduced fare by August 8th of 2025. So right off the bat, if you were booked on the Maiden Voyage and you can reschedule, they're automatically going to shift you. You don't have to do anything. Anyone that was already on that original sailing that was going to be March 12th or March 9th, around that time frame, then that cruise is automatically canceled, and everyone that is on that sailing has been booted and is now going to have to book something else, and all of us that are on the Maiden Voyage are automatically going to be on that date. Same exact thing happens with the Wish. No one on that Maiden Voyage had to do anything. They were automatically booked onto that new Maiden Voyage, and they get it now for 50% off. And us on the third sailing had to figure out something else on our own, which is unfortunate, but it is the best thing to do for those guests that were on that Maiden Voyage. If they are unable to sail on the new Maiden Voyage, we ask that you inform us by September 21st of 25 to request a refund of any amounts paid to Disney Cruise Line to the original form of payment. They may then use their 50% discount on a future cruise. So if for whatever reason you can't make the new Maiden Voyage date, you get a refund and a 50% discount to use on a future cruise. For clients with bookings on all other canceled sailings, we will automatically refund any amounts paid to Disney Cruise Line to the original form of payment and provide them with a 50% discount on their voyage fare for use on a future cruise. Their future cruise may be booked upon receipt of the cancellation confirmation of their original sailing. So for us that were booked on the second sailing, full refund, 50% off future cruise credit to use whenever with limitations. To use the future cruise discount, future cruises must be booked by March 31st, 2026 and must depart on or before March 31st of 2027. So we'll have about a year or so to actually use that credit, but we'll only have until the end of March to actually book it. The 50% future cruise credit discount will be notated and visible on each guest's account by October 8th of 2025. If booking prior to this date, please note that the discount will not be visible at the time of booking. You will receive an updated confirmation statement reflecting this discount once it is applied within 72 hours. Thank you again for your understanding. We can't wait to welcome your clients on board the Disney Adventure, a ship unlike any other. Sincerely, Disney Cruise Line. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse for us on the Maiden Voyage and for all of these sailings. And again, I feel really sorry for any other individual or any other family that has been affected by this cancellation and delay, because now people are having to rearrange their travel plans. And we're in the middle of September right now, so October, November, December is when, so we were 3 months away from the original Maiden Voyage. And for a lot of families, they probably had to submit their time off of work. They probably had to book flights well in advance. They had to have their hotel reservations. I sincerely hope that people booked travel insurance, because that's going to come in clutch, because if you booked non-refundable hotel rates, non-refundable airline tickets, it's going to be really difficult. And I am extremely blessed to be in the position that I'm in right now, so that way I can just freely move. I don't have any other bosses to deal with. I work for myself, but everyone else that's affected, this is going to be a struggle for them, and I truly feel for those families. But this really does show the importance of travel insurance. Please make sure you guys get travel insurance, especially if you guys are traveling in from a far distance. For us, we booked the cruise insurance for these adventure sailings because we were flying all the way across the world in order to be there. You never know what could happen, and having that insurance is a huge crush for us. But yeah, the Disney adventure is delayed, and I honestly can't believe it, but can believe it at the same time. This is absolutely wild. It is a developing story and situation. I'll make sure to post any and all updates on the channel as they come in, if they are significant enough. If we ever do find out what the cause of the delay was, I'll make sure to update you guys. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I will be bringing you all of that as soon as it comes in. And before I go, I want you to let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Were you guys booked on the Maiden Voyage, or were you booked on any of these affected sailings between December and March 10th? How are you guys coping with this? What is your game plan? Let me know your thoughts and opinions below. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.